All right, everybody, here we are, Tompkinsville, Kentucky, at the River Breeze Cabin. Beautiful Kentucky. We're here with Brian Anderson from G5 and JR. We're going to go ahead. You guys sent in some good questions, so we're going to go ahead and ask Brian these questions, see what kind of answers he can come up with. JR?
Well, Brian, the first question I got is from Jason Amaro, and his question is, will G5 be creating heads for the new Easton injection inserts and arrows?
This is actually a question we've been getting quite a bit coming through the website and things like that. It's something we're looking into. I mean, it's definitely something we want to go towards. At this time, we haven't really developed it. We're looking into it. We have found systems like Victory Arrows actually makes an insert where you'll actually be able to put into the Easton injection arrow to use our standard broadheads at this time. So that's what we got right now. But as we go forward, we will be looking more into changing it and seeing if we can come up with a system for that head, for that arrow.
When do you guys think it might be?
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously nothing for 2012, maybe 2013, but we're
Next
still
question,
going towards it right
David
now.
Hoffman. It is my understanding when going from a field tip to a longer style broadhead is why they don't fly the same. How much difference does it make going to longer or shorter compact broadheads from field tips, and why?
I mean, basically the big difference in what a lot of people think is when you put a broadhead on the front of the arrow, the blades are spanned out compared to a field point. And that's what they're thinking is causing a broadhead to fly different from a field point. Basically, it's the length that you separate that weight. When you're using a 3/4 inch to an inch field tip on the front of an arrow, and then you go to a broadhead that's 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, you're distributing that weight longer across the entire shaft. You may think it's on the front end, but it's actually across the shaft. So what it does is actually changes your front and center, and that changes the actual flex of your arrow, and that'll just change on how it flies, dips, lefts and rights, things like that. Yeah, absolutely. The longer system you go to, the more you're going to have to sight in compared to your field points. And that's one thing you don't tend to have to do a lot with G5 products or with our broadheads. They have very short, bodies to them because they're all steel, just like a field point. So like our T3, our Montex, or Strikers, they're within, 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of a standard broadhead. So you tend not to have to do as much sighting in with our equipment compared to some of the aluminum ones out there and titaniums that span the weight over a longer distance.
Right, I know I sight my bow with a field tip and put the T3 on, and
9 times out of 10 they're right there, So
that's right.
Yeah, I don't have to do any changes to mine either. Just plug them in and away.
To a little more serious question here. This question's from William Hampton. What has been your favorite hunt and why?
Oh man, it probably have to come down to 2 different hunts.
Kentucky today, going out chasing
This
turkeys.
is definitely probably one of my favorite hunts. I get to hang out with really good friends. I mean, the cabin's beautiful, the landscape's awesome.
The general store, they let us come and hang out.
Right, absolutely. But I mean, definitely my favorite hunts involve my dad. I mean, he's the guy that got me into it. So probably I'd either say bear hunting in Minnesota with him or my very first boat kill. Shot it, great kill. I mean, thought it died right there. We got out of the woods, we went back and searched and searched and searched, and we couldn't find the deer to save my life. And
like somebody's turkey.
Right. It happens. It happens.
It always happens.
But couldn't find it, and then I swear, we're walking through. My dad and his my grandpa and a buddy of his were looking, and I swear somebody was running through the woods with a deer. And I'm like, my dad's like, "You're crazy, knock it off." I'm like, "I swear, Dad, I swear." And we looked for hours after this point, and finally kind of gave up. I mean, hate to be that way, but we looked and looked and looked. It must have been not the shot I did, and got back to the truck, and my deer was sitting in front of the truck. My grandpa and his buddy found my deer, ran it through the woods. Obviously, it wasn't that big a deer, but
So it was
kind of a big joke on my first animal. But I ended up getting it, and probably one of the most memorable stories I've ever had doing hunting.
All right. Well, we got another one here, and this one actually is kind of serious.
Yeah, sure, Chico.
Well, Nikki Harrison, which is Carrie Z's sister, she wants to know what's the difference between the Prime Centroid and the Prime Shift.
Basically, we got 2 models in the Prime line. We have a 34-inch Centroid and a 30-inch axle-to-axle shift. Same brace heights, same axle-to-axles, and same speed. So you get 2 different bow models, longer axle-to-axle for guys that have a little longer draw length or want a little bit more consistency at longer distance hunting, 3D shooting, even target shooting. We guys got world-class shooters like Dave Cousins shooting a 34-inch bow. where guys before were shooting 40-inch bows,
Right.
41-inch bows to shoot target. We're being able to do that with a short bow, and then to be able to come out with a 30-inch bow with the same concept and be able to hunt with it, hunt out of a blind, hunt out of a tree stand, and be really compact. So really, you just kind of get the choice of a little bit more stable or a little bit more compact while you're hunting. So, but I mean, either bow is great. I mean, you've been shooting one, and I mean,
Yeah, it's been nice. I know it didn't take much to sight it in, and it flies good and comes out there nice and dead in the hand. So it's a good bow. So if y'all looking for a bow, get you a new Prime, because they shoot really, really, really good, and they feel good in the hand too.
Awesome bow.
So I got some other off questions. We get into different things and different hunts and stuff, but some people don't understand that even though you are into archery, you also too take guns out in the woods, don't you?
Yeah, it's been a bummer. I mean, things happen, but I mean, there's no doubt if I can't get shot with a bow, I'm not gonna walk out of the woods not killing an animal, or at least trying, because I got to pick up a shotgun. I have no problems with that. That's what happened last year in Michigan. Hunted a lot with a bow, and into a little spot in the stalking and taking my bird with the shotgun, and running and gunning in these Kentucky hills is a different story with a bow. So shotgun's been kind of my friend this weekend so far. So.
Well, that's good. Well, what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to get the names together, and we're going to draw the winner for the new G5 broadheads. So we'll get them together and pick the winner. All right.
Let's see who it is.
Who's going to win the
lucky
brand new pack of G5 broadheads? And the winner is?
And the winner is Doug, but Doug's on my pro staff, so you're out.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Doug. You got to come up with a better question than some sangria.
We're going with Jason Amaro. Thanks, guys.
Jason Amaro, you're the winner of G5 broadheads. We'll get them sent out to you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Take care.